Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, guys? What's going on, my peoples? How you guys doing? New week, new money. I love Mondays, not gonna lie. I really do love Mondays. So much opportunity. Alright, let's get cracking. I'm gonna start with GJ, because you know the drill. Start with pound yen because it's just stuck in this range here. So pound yen on the daily is bearish. It's bearish, but GJ had a massive gap up on Sunday, so last night. As you can see, it opened all the way up here right by this daily resistance. Yeehaw, hello, Rosie, Benny, what's up, guys? What's up? But yeah, massive gap up on pound yen. So it actually closed at 199.1 ish. If you have a look at where it closed, yeah, 199.1, and opened all the way at 200.1. So literally about 100 pip gap up, and then it just started pretty much falling from there. So as you can see here, look, we opened, we pushed up, created a resistance, and it's just been dropping since then. So I was anticipating that, you know, the gap get filled. Now the gap fill would be filling the whole gap, so literally coming down to where price closed on Friday. But we still have this, what's it, about 20 pips left? Yeah, just about 20 pips, probably a bit more than 20 pips actually. Price closed down here, so yeah, about 30 pips short of that, filling that gap completely. So but we have got created a massive bottom wick. So I'm not really looking for anything on pound yen. Do we have major news this week? We have pound GDP, which is towards the end of the week. So I'm kind of anticipating pound yen just ranges. In fact, no, because we have gold PPI, USD PPI, we have USD CPI this week. So I'm looking for some big moves on GJ after that. But right now, you know, pound yen is just creating these ranges here. I still think it comes back down at some point and fills this gap completely before pushing up. So if 200 here holds, I'm anticipating a pullback down to 199. And you know, we just range in between these two levels. I mean, even if we get a retest of this 4-hour resistance up here at the 200.2, I'm still anticipating a pullback. So that's GJ for today. Now gold, let's see, gold obviously still very bullish, broke Friday's high, we created a nice little bottom wick. 4-hour created a support, closed above this resistance. It's been a slow push up on this 4-hour time frame, on this current 4-hour candle. Not much movement on this 10 a.m. UK candle. So look, it opened up here. I mean, we still have an hour and 15 to go. So I will be streaming till about 2:30 because I do want to see how the new 4-hour candle opens, but I'm kind of anticipating slow volume up, if I'm honest. I don't know how much volume comes in, or if we're waiting for NY open to really, you know, bring some more volume into gold. But I like that we're creating structure finally. So trade, in terms of trade ideas, we've got a resistance here, we have a support down here, we've got a small range. Let's see if gold respects 36.11. Might be looking for some buys from down here after a retest of this level here, maybe a pullback to this broken resistance, which will also be close to the 4 hour resistance, and then a continuation up. Because for the buyers, I don't want to buy in when I'm already at the highs. I'd rather buy when gold pulls back, retest. So now we just wait. Just wait. See what gold does. Echo, good afternoon. GJ cells look good, resistance formed. It does, you know, Rosie. I was kind of looking at it because I was thinking we're respecting this resistance. I still want this gap to be filled, so I'm thinking about potentially taking some cells if we can break this low and we get a pullback, because not the 4 hour. 4 hours bullish, but it looks like it might be, where's the high? 199.96, and this high here is 199. Wait, the high of this candle is 200.01, and this high is, oh, literally just respected that previous high. So I like that the 4 hour hasn't broken that previous high here. I really want this gap to be filled and gold to pound yen to come back down to 199. It's not bad. Let's see how this 30-minute candle closes. If we get a weak bullish candle, or if we break this low, I'm probably going to get into some sells here. Actually, got a decent range. Look. Big is this range? 41 pips. It's actually not bad. So let me add a sell stop. I've got to do it on my broker first. Alright, let's do, sell stop about 199.81. A bit lower. So I'll start right here, and the stop loss, as you can see, is about 20 pips. Just add. What is 82.2? Alright, let's see if we can get into a trade here. Let's see if pound yen's gonna give us that push toward the end of the candle. You know how it goes. That's when the volume kicks in. But the main reason for this is see if we can get this gap fill as well. If you can stay bearish. Bearish on the daily. Now, if we break above 200.015, if we push above this resistance, then I'm gonna remove the sell stop. I'm gonna remove the sell stop because we'll be breaking this 4-hour candle high, which we literally haven't done yet by a pip. Always pushing up. What about gold? Gold. I don't see gold doing anything. Gold's not really doing anything, is it? We've kind of been ranging over the last, I want to say, hour and a half. We're just moving sideways. We're pulling back from 36.18, pulling back from this resistance, but we're not really dropping much. We're just in this little range, this little 70 pip range. We haven't quite come down to this support. Oh no, I'm getting out of this. I'm removing this GJ sell stop. No, it's pushing up. I don't like that it's breaking this previous 30-minute high as well. Let's see what this candle does. But yeah, I'm not feeling it. Maybe get a retest of the 4-hour level. That might be a better look. Our pounding figures it out. I'm gonna check on the price. Oh, we're gonna get a gold breakout. Like I said, I don't really want to be taking gold entries at the highs. I'll need a pullback. All right, come on, markets. How was everyone's London session? Anyone catch any trades? I mean, it looks like we had some nice GJ sells. Was it before? Was it during London? Obviously it was during London. But when was it? Okay, literally. This was a nice little drop here. How long was this? 40 pips. Not bad. Wouldn't have known to close here. I would have anticipated this whole range get filled, to be honest. What about gold? Gold had a massive breakout. So I was thinking with gold, after this push above this resistance, above 3600, it would pull back and give a retest before continuing up, especially with this 10 a.m. candle. I was thinking, you know, get a retest right here, boom, bounce, continue up. Obviously that didn't happen, but that's what I was planning for. Although, you know, the 30-minute did create some decent structure going up, but still no entries for me. No entries for me. Look, I mean, 11 o'clock candle doesn't even have a bottom wick. I've got the closure above. Closure above. Now typically, obviously, the old strategy would be, you know, we keep pushing up. I'm not a fan of taking trades at all-time highs. I'm just not. Although the 4 hour does look good to keep pushing. I mean, it happens. We make a new high and then we come back down. Using a 4 hour candle. 4 hour candle can break the previous high and then drop. But, yeah. I don't think there's anything really bearish about gold right now anyway. But with CPI this week and interest rates next week, like, we're definitely pricing in the interest rates move. 100% is priced in. What's your buy target for gold? If gold keeps on pushing, I'm going for the next round number. I'm saying 3650 or 3700. Potentially 4000 by the end of the year. Yeah, if gold is gonna keep pushing, I think it definitely keeps moving based on the 2 interest rates cuts that are expected by 2026. If we drop interest rates twice, I don't see how gold doesn't push. GJ's buying too. Yes, it is. Yes, I'm seeing the price. It's not going crazy, but I do see it's breaking above 200. But you see how many times to the 200 levels held. Look, we've held, I mean, it was holding all morning, Asian session. Lots of retests and rejections. And yeah, like I said, I would have been looking for some sells, but now we've broken that 4-hour high. You know, it's looking a bit more bullish than bearish at the moment. So my next level to look for sells would be that 4-hour resistance. See if gold breaks its own 4-hour high and just keeps ripping. No trades this morning. Same, guys, same. Same, sometimes got to let the market set up on a Monday. As you know, Mondays can be a bit hit and miss. No, we didn't quite break this previous high here. Good morning, Ash. What's up, Gold Pippin? How you doing? What are you thinking about gold? I was saying, like, normally I'll be looking at some buys here. Closure above, broke the high. I would have been in drawdown right now. Look, they even get to 20 pips. Oof. Oof. Gold said, let's show you how to start off a week. Man, listen. Listen. I think the best entry would have been down here. For me, a good entry would have been like breaking above here. But I would have preferred a closure above. If it was down here, I would have taken it. I would have taken a closure above. Because I feel like breaking a psychological level like 3600, like really pushing above, I would have expected a good push. I was expecting a good push like this move, but it just didn't really set up the way I wanted to. But up here where we're at now, because we've got this wick to the left, I don't really want to be buying at these. I want to say it's a random high, but nah. I want to wait for a good pullback and then get in after a retest. Low-key thinking sells, maybe a 10 pullback. Yeah, same. Retesting 30-minute support. What, right here where it is? I wouldn't. Ooh, I see what you mean, like a little retest here, but it's still not really low enough for me. I want a deeper pullback. If gold retests, so I want this. I want either a retest of this support here to keep going up, or a retest even deeper, retest of this broken resistance, or somewhere down here like the 35.95, which is this 4 hour. It's like this 4 hour resistance as well. So right, let me just draw it so there's not mad lines, just a little. Boom. In fact, let's put it on both charts. Nope, wrong button. Let's do this. Boom. Oh, perfect. I remember where the price was. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for, like a good retest so I can catch the most pips out of it. But if it does bounce, if it does pull back that much and give a bounce, it's going to be a pretty long hold, I think. So we'll see what happens with Goldie today. But like I said, it's Mondays, starting the week. I'm not expecting anything crazy. Just let the market set up. And we could potentially, we're not going to range for 2 days, but we have, when's the news this week? So Wednesday's PPI, Thursday's CPI, and then Friday is prelim University of Michigan consumer sentiment. So we got quite a bit of news towards the end of the week. Wouldn't mind it pulling back into the Asian range. Ooh, okay. Where's the Asian range? I'm sure it'd be down here somewhere. Yeah. I would love this retest, 35.95. That would be the best spot for me. I don't know if it comes all the way down to 35.81, but I mean, we have this clean range to the left. If we get below 36.11, I am expecting, you know, some of this move to be retraced before it continues up. Now, if I'm saying maybe 50% at least, so we're 377 pips. What's half of that? Say 18.5, so like 180. So yeah, maybe back down to 3600. So good retest spots I'm looking for. Take that off for a second. So yeah, I would love a pullback. A pullback would be great. Yes, it would, Benny. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. Gold is so bullish. I don't know how far it will drop. I mean, yeah, I don't know either. It's what I would like. Doesn't mean that's gonna happen. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. Another 2 trades like Friday would be great though. Listen, Friday was capitalizing off NFP. That was very that was exceptional. Where was it? So we had the 4-hour, it was here. Friday was not bad. Friday was not bad. If you could power through that flipping lag, 4-hour. So we had the resistance, 4-hour resistance here. We got the closure above. Had a nice breakout right before the new 4-hour candle. Got a pullback post NFP. Had a little pullback. Got in at 35.76. Closed 40 pips, 35.80. Price pulled back again. Got back in at 35. Got in at the candle flip. So got in about 35.80 when the 4-hour flip bullish. So yeah, about 35.80, 35.81. And then closed at 35.85. Now, not gonna lie, definitely could have held this trade a bit longer, especially with you know, was looking at a continuation pattern here. We're breaking the high, but I think it was struggling. It was struggling. Gold wasn't really breaking this previous high. So once it did, got to 50 pips, just closed there. And then literally right after I closed, gold pushed up like another 70 pips. But I mean, 90 pips on a day, 90 quick pips in less than an hour, I'll take it all day. All day, I'll take it. I don't know why I'm looking at GJ, man. It's just, so it was a nice move. If we can recreate that, that would be wonderful. I don't know how often we get a move like that without news, but NFP definitely helped. I was kind of anticipating a much stronger move after NFP. I mean, the initial push was, how big was this? Okay, 320 pips. But then we got to 30. I don't even think it even got to 3,600, did it? It got just below. It reached 3,600 at 5 o'clock. So like hours, 3.5 hours after news. So it did take a while. I'll try, but I can't make no promises. I'll try. It's rare that we get 2 trades on stream. It's very rare. Well, unless it's separate pairs. If we get into, you know, gold buy and then a GJ sell or something like that. I mean, even pound yen moved quite nice after that news, didn't it? Kind of broke out of this range, retested. It's like a break and retest because we had a support here. Retested, continued back down. Not as much movement as gold though. How big is this candle? I mean, that whole move was less than 100 pips on pound yen, whereas gold moved about 400, 500 over just that news. This breakout looks good at first for buys. It did look good. I mean, it did look good. I think if it wasn't, yeah, I wouldn't have taken this breakout just because of this wick to the left. I think that's mainly what it was. Just this wick to the left. Like, it didn't, if the breakout candle had closed above this wick, then I would have liked the buys more. But this wick, it shows that price has pushed up in here and then come back out of this area. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. But you know, as per the stream name, gold to 3,700. I do think gold is gonna keep moving. Hopefully we get some nice structure at least on the 4 hour before the news this week. So you have until Wednesday. Wednesday PPI, Thursday CPI, Friday consumer sentiment. Did you look into that fundamental site? Yes, yeah, I did actually. So what happened is I actually paid a $50 subscription, right, last night, and then I was having trouble logging in. So I tried to log in on my phone. I was having trouble logging in, so I emailed them and I was like, look, I can't get in. Like, I've reset my password. What's good? And then it turns out that I'd actually missed out a letter in my email address, which is crazy because I used autofill. So now that just reminded me, actually I need to check my autofills for my email address. So they refunded me and I don't have access to it. They said they refunded me, but I don't want to pay for it again just in case it hasn't. So I'm going to wait for the refund to come back, which most likely will be either later today or tomorrow, and then I'll pay again and then we'll get into it. But for the short time that I was in there, because obviously I did get in after I paid, but then I signed out, I switched devices. Yeah, it looked good. It looked good. You can pick what pairs you want to get analysis on, or you know, more details about. They have something called candlestick analysis, which looked good. So I didn't get to fully play with it because it was quite late. Too busy watching all the NFL games that were on last night. I'm looking forward to it. Lions had a bad start. Man, I don't even want to get into how bad the Lions started yesterday. Man, yeah, it was silly loss. But Green Bay is on point. Alright, gold. So we're not breaking the previous low, but we are pulling back a little. Let's see how this candle closes. If we get this candle closing bearish, sort of back into the range, next candle might continue down. Ideally it closes below this support too, so the closure below 36.17. It seems like a lot of the time we're waiting for that New York 4-hour candle to open. Not the best closure. Just a weak bearish candle, but not a crazy pullback. We still respected that previous 30-minute candle low. Continuation pattern, that's exactly what this looks like, you know. I would have preferred the first bullish candle to have a stronger body, but it's not bad. It's not bad, but it definitely looks like gold is going to keep pushing up some more. Let's see if it actually breaks this previous high, like its own 4-hour top wick here. Let's see if it breaks, what's the high, 22.47. See if gold can keep going, or if it respects this resistance and then drops bearish. But we have some long bottom wicks. Do we really have some long bottom wicks here? What do you guys think? We're gonna keep pushing? Gonna keep pushing? Or are we gonna get a pullback? For me to see a reversal, obviously I need to see either a reversal pattern, like a reversal candlestick pattern, and that could be like a 30-minute or 1-hour double top. I need to see a bearish engulfing, or I need to see, you know, 30-minute candle starting to trend bearish. A resistance respected. Scarface, what's good? What's going on? Alright, so gold respected that previous high. All good, man. All good, all good. How you doing? Any trades today? Any moves so far? What are you thinking about GJ? GJ had a massive gap up to start the week. You got the GJ sales. Nah. No moves on pound yen. No moves. It looked good. I probably wouldn't have taken this, to be honest. This no top wick on this 8 AM candle. Didn't really close below. No. It looks better on the 4-hour time frame. Like, made a top wick, broke the low. Where would that have been? 85. Where would it have been? I guess here, around here. It's like the previous 4-hour candle lows. Nah, I just didn't see any good setups. Had a nice range down, but yeah, wasn't for me. Not GJ, not today. Right now, I want to see if it respects this 200 price point, like it has all morning. So pound yen, I'm either looking for a pullback to this resistance and then sells back down. I want this gap to be filled, so down to here. Or if it can close below and then sell below here, then I wouldn't mind taking sells below a closure. If it closes below, I'd look at some sells on GJ. But that's where it would be. Something like that. Since now we've broken out of this range. Okay, you got the sales in Tokyo session after clearing last month's high, looking to resell. Yeah, same. If anything, I do want I would prefer the sells. So now just looking for a good entry point. But pound yen, man. Pound yen range is just a bit, it's annoying or frustrating, as Rosie says. It is frustrating. What do you reckon? Gold is waiting for the new 4-hour candle, or are we just gonna range until news? Because don't forget, during NFP last week, Asian session probably closed. Not even probably, Asian session would have been closed. So they haven't had the opportunity to really react to that news. So these buys, even though they didn't happen during Asian, these buys could just be, you know, that the volume, like from Asian session, to then capitalize off that NFP. Gold doesn't really, it's not really showing much signs of slowing down yet. Not at all. I want to see if we can break these top wicks. If we can break these top wicks, I think we get another little push. Gold got comfy in the 3600 real quick. Gold barely stayed in it barely stayed in the 3500s. I think it was in there for like 3 days. 3 days and just moved right through. So we had one day where we closed in the 3500s here, yep. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 4 days. And now we're in the 3600s. Madness. Madness. So much movement. And I'm kind of happy with the amount of volume as well. because recently we've been getting those, well, this year we've had those 1,000 pip days. Just meant the stop losses were kind of big. It was just massive movement. This movement is not too bad. Wow. I wonder how many days we'll stay in the 3600s though. If the CPI reading this week is low, if it comes out less than expected, like a good 0.2% below or something like that, which I kind of doubt it, but if it does, and the Feds do a bigger rate cut, and they do a 0.5 basis points rate cut, or 5 basis points, oh my god, I think gold is going to really move. We're definitely going to see 3,700. See what this 15 minutes looking like. This is what I don't really like about the 15-minute time frame. Like on the 30-minute, okay, we've got higher highs, kind of higher lows. On the 15, we've got a high, then a lower high. Now we're pushing above. It's just not as clean to me. It's just not as clean. That's all it is. I'm not really a fan of continuation patterns on the 15 either. That was a nice 63 pip push. It might be something like something that happened last week where we had the continuation pattern and the price, the candle really pushed. In fact, it was the same candle. Was it the same candle? Like we had the continuation pattern and right before the candle closed, that's when we got the push. It was here. No, it wasn't the same candle. It's this hour before. But it was the 230 candle. 230 candle. Look, came back, respected the previous low, And then right towards the end of the candle, price pushed up, broke the highs, and then kept moving. It looked close to pushing. So now we just need to see the next 4-hour candle create a bottom wick, and if it doesn't pull back, break this current 4-hour candle's high and then just take off. GJ is not breaking 200. I see it. I've got my eye on it. I do have my eye on GJ, and it does look like it's just hovering around this level here. But again, pound yen is another one of those pairs where it moves right towards the end of the candle, right before the candle closes. We see a burst of volume. So let's see if that happens with GJ2. Get a little push. But I'm not banking on it. Like I said, pound yen, I'm not really looking to trade GJ until we get out of this range. But I do think we see some volume for USD PPI and CPI. So Tuesday, Thursday, I think we catch some of the volume in pound yen off that USD news, because it's going to be big news. It's definitely going to be big news. The all-important 4-hour candle for New York Open. Oh, look, we're breaking the highs. Like I said, right towards the end of the candle, gold does this. Alright, so we've broken it's broken its own high. I think we get a little push here now, honestly. I just wouldn't want to take an entry right before the new 4-hour candle opens, because it's going to have to make a top wick. I mean, a bottom wick. Now, two things could happen. It could make a deep bottom wick. It could respect this previous high. Or it could respect the previous high and then pull back, have a big pullback down towards near the previous 4-hour candle low. Or it could just make a small bottom wick, break this high, and then just keep pushing. Haroon, what's going on? You missed a buy. Where would you have got in? Where would you have got in? Where would you have got in? This it didn't look bad, you know. It didn't look bad. It'd been about 50 pip stop loss as well. Use entry candle low. But I'm gonna wait for the next 4-hour candle, because, you know, taking a trade with 5 minutes left before the new 4-hour, might as well just wait. Around 34.10. Ah, 36.10. Oh, work gets in the way for sure. I reckon you meant 36.10. 34.10 was a minute ago. I got you. Benny, you locked in 30 pips. Is that how much gold moved just now? Wow. That was a quick push. Oh, it has. Look at that. If you're taking a break at a high, man. It was actually a decent buy, especially based on... It's crazy not taking that after breaking down that this exact thing happened last Friday. It is what it is. It is what it is. But the difference between now and last Friday is last Friday, the 4-hour candle had already opened. Now, the 4-hour candle is about to open in less than 3 minutes. Nice move, Benny. It was a nice move. It was. Definitely. Sharp pullbacks though. And it got to what? 36.26. Definitely get in and out. Like I said, you got to survive the new 4-hour candle bottom wick in less than a minute. And look at these candles. This 4-hour candle was how big? Oof, 360 pips. Big push during London. Alright, is gold surviving this bottom wick? Oh yeah, gold's gonna continue. Couldn't even take a break of this high. 89 pips. Cause I have no TP. Alright, so GJ closed above the previous high. GJ closed above the previous high, but just still very weak 30-minute candle we had previously. Yeah, I'm not doing nothing with GJ. What's your TP, Benny? Where are you looking to get out? Where are you holding to? $100 pips. Okay, not bad, not bad. Not bad. I mean, you're up what? Should be up about 40 right now. Ooh, gold is running. $60 pips. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, this thing is moving. Alright, so what's the plan now? What's the plan? Unless I get some structure to get into these buys, I need to see a continuation pattern. So just like similar to this, if I can get a continuation pattern, I could get into some buys. But ideally, I do want a pullback and a retest of like a lower time frame support. Yeah, really, that's it. The 4 hour, I don't really want gold to pull back all the way back down to 35.95 now. I think that'd be quite a big pullback. But if gold does pull back, has a deep pullback, I would love for it to respect this previous 4 hour low, and then as it's pushing back up, I'll use the lower time frames to then get into some buys. You know, where is the low? So 36.09. So yeah, maybe a retest of this support, 36.10 right here, and then we come back up. That's what I'll be looking for to get into some buys. For the sells, I'm not taking those sells on gold. I don't think gold is selling. It doesn't look like it wants to. GJ respecting 200. I think GJ drops from here, but for me to get into a GJ trade, I would want a closure below this support. Right, so for gold, retest for gold, retest, and then push. A deeper retest of down here. I don't think gold's coming down here. And then, like I said, for pound yen, if I get a closure below this support, I'm looking to retrace this move. This will be my first TP, 199.40, and the next TP would be here, 199.20. Those are my 2 trade ideas, because I think pound yen needs to retrace this push and fill this gap. And gold, I just want to see some structure on gold. So I mean, even if it does retest, it comes down and retests this support here, it wouldn't be bad as well. 36.17, I'd also take that. So that's my trades for the rest of the session. Let's see what happens. Let's see. We're getting a slight pullback, nothing crazy. But we did need a longer bottom wick for this 4-hour time frame. All right, re-breaking the high. Was that it? That was the longer bottom wick it was coming back down for? I guess so. I guess so. That was it. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'm going to leave it here. You know the plan. You have the ideas. You have the moves that I'm looking for. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. But I do think gold continues bullish for the rest of the session. I don't know how big these 4-hour candles are going to be. But, I mean, if you look back at last week, we did push up slowly. So I think we get something like that again. I think we do get something like that. But alright guys, it's been fun, it's been real. Back tomorrow. Hopefully we can jump in on a trade like Benny did. This probably was the best opportunity, but I just didn't want to take it before the new 4-hour candle. Even though it created such a tiny bottom wick, it does look like it's going to keep pushing and not create a longer bottom wick. So, is what it is. Is what it is. But yeah, guys, same time tomorrow. See you then. Peace out. Peace out. Benny, Rosie, Yeehaw. And later.